Things have not been looking good lately for Ja Morant. After just 9 games into the Grizzlies season, Ja has already managed to stir up controversy with his mediocre play, perceived lack of effort, and dismissive media comments, all culminating into a recent 1 game suspension by his own team after calling out his coaching staff following a 5 point loss to the LA Lakers on Halloween night. Ja in that game only put up 8 points on 3 of 14 from the field, 0 of 6 from 3, to go along with 1 rebound and 7 assists in 31 minutes. His stats for the season as a whole have been very disappointing so far. In just 8 games as of the recording of this video, he's putting up 20 points, the lowest since his sophomore season, a career low in minutes, 30, field goal percentage, 38.3, and a disgusting 14% from 3 on 5.4 attempts. And a matter of fact, out of the current 214 players shooting at least 2.5 threes a game, Ja ranks dead last in percentage. He's essentially the worst 3-point shooter in the league. Couple that with the Grizzlies' 3-6 record, and you got the media and fan discourse talking about Ja potentially being traded, how his game has regressed, he's not getting better, all leading up to the ultimate question. Has Ja Morant checked out of Memphis? Let's find out. Yo, what's good, y'all? It's your man Rob, aka Bobby Smooth. I'm back with another video, and let's get right into it. Now, unless you've been under a rock, controversy with Ja Morant ain't really anything new. We have about 3 seasons of evidence with this, starting off with that gun-toting incident in the Denver nightclub when he was making it rain. I'm sorry, that picture when he was in the nightclub from the security footage, when he was around piles of money with a girl on top of him and smiling, that picture is living rent free in my head. But anyways, he had that. That was I think like a 6-7 game suspension. He came back, played the rest of the season. And then during the offseason, well, during the finals, the Grizzlies were out of the playoffs. Ja did it again, except this time it was on his friend's Instagram Live. They were turning up the NBA YoungBoy, and within that split second, those split milliseconds, you could see Ja toting that gun, even though his friend tried to get him out the frame, but it was too late. 25-game suspension following the next season. So Ja has gone through stuff, but the difference was the high level of play was always there. We're used to him putting up 25, 26 points, 5 rebounds, 8 assists, and shooting at least, decent. But now the play is not there. And it's not even like he's injury prone right now because, that's also a problem of his in the past. But as of now, he's just looking like he's out of it. He's looking like he would rather do something else better with his time. He looks like he's not engaged with his team, his coach, of course, and it's just not an overall good look. And we just really got to get to the bottom of why it's exactly like this. Obviously, his raw stats aren't looking too hot, but when looking at his shot chart and his advanced metrics, it looks worse. Ja this season is averaging a career low 15.6% of his shots at the rim. That's a far cry from the 33% he shot in 2022, the same year he actually led the entire league in points in the paint as a point guard. Back then, Ja was a relentless slasher who challenged any and everybody at the rim. But now he's much more reserved, and you can tell he doesn't have that same burst like he used to. Now, you can chalk this up to injuries, as throughout his whole career, Ja has progressively played in less and less games, and that's due to his reckless play style. And with his decrease in paint shots, you see his increase in 3-point shots. Matter of fact, the last 3 seasons, including this year, he's averaging 30% or more of his shots from 3. And that's also the highest used shot area that he's shooting from. But the problem with that is he's a horrible 3-point shooter. So that's just not good. Then you look at his on-off metrics, and we find that the Grizzlies offense has a 109.7 rating with Ja on the court, but it shoots up to 116.2 when he's off the court, a difference in 6.5. I know that it's only been 8 games, but damn. Now, as far as the trade value for Ja Morant, the market for him, his value is at an all-time low at this point of his career. Ja is 26 years old, which is still kind of young, but he's injury prone. He has off-court issues that teams don't want to deal with, and just his player archetype isn't that valuable in the NBA anymore. Hey, I love a hyper athletic, exciting, high flying small guard more than anybody else. I grew up with Russell Westbrook and Derrick Rose as two of my favorite players who inspired my play style playing basketball. But even I know that that type of player archetype in the NBA has a ceiling. And Ja Morant, I think personally, has reached that ceiling. And I just don't think a lot of teams want to trade for that kind of player, especially with the contract that he's on, to have him be one of the premier pieces. Like, I know there has been, the Houston Rockets, the Miami Heat, Minnesota Timberwolves, Phoenix Suns in the mix. But we got to be honest. Are the Houston Rockets going to give up Amin Thompson? No, not a chance. The Minnesota Timberwolves, do they want to give up Jaden McDaniels? No, I don't think so either. The Miami Heat, I think that they're doing super well right now with their offense. It's looking up. And Tyler Hero, I don't even think he's there right now. And do they want to trade for Ja, who can't space the floor for them, and they already don't have a whole lot of shooters? I don't think so. The Phoenix Suns, Jalen Green would have to be the centerpiece for that trade, but he just got there. So it's just a short-sighted move for both parties, in my opinion. Also, considering Ja Morant's contract again, he is still on that 5-year extension that he signed in 2022. He's making just under $40 million this year, and then over $40 million for the next 2 years. And the Grizzlies don't want to just give up Ja for pennies on the dollar. So I think the most realistic outcome is that they're going to wait this thing out. They're going to wait until all of the other key Grizzlies players get healthy, like Zach Edey, Ty Jerome, who hasn't made his debut yet, and who's the other one? Oh, and Brandon Clark too. So they're going to want to see this team at full strength and see how they want to see if the record is going to improve. They want to see if Ja's going to improve. And then I think by the trade deadline, that'll be the verdict to see if Ja will be gone or not. But as of right now, I just don't see it. Not to mention, the Grizzlies got 4 first-round picks out of Desmond Bane last summer. An amount that I don't think anybody expected, especially for a non-All-Star. And you don't think the Grizzlies want to yield a similar trade package for Ja Morant, who has made 2 All-Star teams and an All-NBA team? Like, let's be real. But overall, to answer the question, has Ja Morant checked out of Memphis? I think partly, but not fully. He still loves the city. He loves the fans. He's the biggest star that they've ever had. So I don't think he wants to leave a situation like that where he's the franchise guy. But he's obviously frustrated and over the coaching staff and the tactics that they're using to, run him and the players. And because it's not just him, it's Jaren Jackson as well, other players. We all saw Jaren Jackson only shoot, 1 shot in the second half of their last game against the Rockets. I just think this is a situation that we're going to have to wait out and see. Like I said, wait till the key injured players come back, see how this team is like at full strength, and see what they're looking like come the trade deadline. And then that'll determine if Ja's going to be gone or not. But yeah, I hope Ja stays. I hope he is able to get his stuff back together. He's personally my favorite player in the league to watch. And yeah, I just hope that things turn around for them. But that's all I got for tonight. I appreciate and thank you guys very much for tuning in. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Also, make sure you hit that notification bell so you won't miss out on a video. My name's Rob, aka Bobby Smooth. Stay blessed and have a great night. Peace.